Hey all you Dustmites, my name is Matthew.
And I'm having some bad stage fright.
And welcome to the filing cabinet. Cue intro! What do you mean we don't have an intro? No, I don't want to make it. Okay, fine. I don't know if he'll make the music for it. I'll get a hold of him. Okay. Future self really wanted me to make an intro because it's been a very long time. It's been 6 months since we've had an intro. And it's lost on my laptop.
Oh.
Because remember when I was adding things to my flash drive?
Oh, so that's why.
The assets are really somewhere. Real quick, I wanted to go ahead and explain something right now. Yes,
I'm holding him hostage.
This is originally still the filing cabinet, but it's going under a new name to be a bit more recognizable, so it's not as obscure and lost to absurdity when it comes to just a filing cabinet. That is still going to be the mascot of this channel or whatnot, but from now on it's going to be called Dustmite Central, as a tone to the idea that we had from back then of when we were making the channel. The filing cabinet was a joke on old files.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a collection type project, and originally it was supposed to be a lot of old stuff. Obviously we're doing new stuff with it, but it was primarily supposed to be a catalog of kind of nostalgia of sorts.
In some ways, it was also supposed to be a way to have videos that you used to see on YouTube from like older times. And it was supposed to be able to hit a hint of nostalgia of how you'd watch those old content creators, in which I've always inspired to, but never had a chance to make things myself. And now that I do, and have been saving up money for equipment and whatnot, especially now.
Like that ring light that has already burned itself in my retina.
I tried turning it down.
Yeah, you turned it down, but I told you, my eyes are sensitive.
Now, I'm going to be calling it Dustmite Central because the joke here is, well, Dustmites, and yes, it's one word, Dustmite, as a way to...
They crawl around in the cabinets, you see.
As a way to actually type it out, and it'd be so much different than if you to space the word, because if you space it, you'll get different results. If you actually type in Dustmite as one word, and Central, it will show up. Literally just changed it like today.
Yeah, that was it hasn't even been an hour.
But we've seen it works. We've seen it works.
We have seen it works.
Because anytime we type in the filing cabinet, we just got filing cabinet videos. That wasn't ours. But yeah, so we wanted to take this chance as a trailer for the channel, being as this would be the first impression that you get of our channel, and to understand some of the crazier things about it, since we are only 2 guys, maybe 3, maybe 4, a couple of us, but it's mainly just 2 people. I am the one who mainly edits videos and have made some things myself.
I'm the one that has done my best to focus on the shorts, and I do a lot of the art for the channel.
Anytime that you see something like the filing cabinet editor or anything about talking about the editor, that's always me. It's always making fun of myself because I've had enjoyment for editing, especially ever since you encouraged me to do it that one fateful night. Of being homeless and dropping out of college because of, well, lack of money, and the state that I live in could not prove that I was homeless, so my Pell Grant was not able to go through. Pop quiz, why am I homeless? The state of Ohio? Correct! Thanks to that, though, you point out about editing videos, and I've only had my laptop at the time, in which I was going ahead and downloading an editing software, in which that was where our first 3 Rivals of Aether videos came from. So we started playing out the idea and everything of doing this. I installed OBS and started doing recordings, in which we used, what did we use? It was like an earbud mic from an Apple product.
Yeah.
Like, I messed around with that so much.
It was the one you had long before you were even moving around.
Yeah, I haven't had that earbud thing for so long.
Oh, and it was wasn't it plugged into the Switch controller?
It was like specifically the Switch controller because it didn't take the audio away when we were trying to listen to it. Like,
I forgot we had to deal with the audio issues when we were recording.
There was so many audio issues.
So many problems just recording those alone.
I was trying my best to figure it out. Oh, you think it's much better now because I've actually got things set up in such a specific way with all this. But now everything works correctly. After making the Rivals videos, he made the thumbnails. He does fantastic art. Like, some people are completely baffled that it's on MS Paint.
I've had people swear at me.
MS Paint 10 of Windows 10. I've only done one thing since then, and that was a stream we did a couple of weeks or days before we did the actual Rivals recording, when I first played Hollow Knight for the first time. But
put that right here in my hand.
The thumbnail. But that's neither here or there. But after we did Rivals, it didn't really know where to go from there, like start making videos. We do not talk about the pronoun tier list. If you want to find that, you can find that yourself. As something I'm not too proud of, but I still think it's pretty funny. It's stupid. It's very low quality as compared to today's standards.
I mean, for the limited tools you had at the time, high quality.
Not to mention I had to steal my own videos. I'm proud to say what I use now, though. Not sponsored, but DaVinci Resolve I recommend to any starting editor. Its free version is phenomenal. Except for the first video that came out of it, the low quality mics of Smash Brothers. I had to, on the original editing software I was using on my very low powered laptop, like RAM absolutely through the crapper.
The fact that even made the first couple of videos, I'm still shocked.
Not to mention some of the things I did in such a limited resource in those.
Didn't it crash a couple times?
Goku specifically crashed it. Goku crashed it on that editing software and DaVinci a couple times. Because remember, in the one VeggieTales.
Right.
No, Goku is a constant problem.
Goku is a menace.
The software I was using would not let you export the videos at the end unless it was like a minute long. So what I had to do was I ran OBS one more time and just screen recorded my footage that was finished, and then took it through Microsoft's editing program to snip the edges of which you see me starting up OBS and stopping it.
Wasn't that the origin of the question mark too?
Yes, no, that's the filing cabinet was the name, and we made a quick design. He made a quick design.
You handed me the laptop and told me to do something, so I quickly threw something together.
And then what I did after that was I was remarking a couple of ideas for this icon, and it went to the idea of like the file explorer sign for Microsoft and the question mark for Mario. But clearly we couldn't just naturally nab that specifically.
Well, yeah.
So it kind of looked more like a
design.
It kind of looked like a settings icon of some sort, or like a interaction sign of some sort. Which, being as it's a question mark on the side, it was kind of cool. The newer design I love a lot more. If it can,
the newer design gets so much more love.
I want to mess around with Blender at some point and make it an actual 3D model.
Why haven't you done that yet?
Because I've been
Because
I've been busy with so many other things. I have not ever opened Blender yet, or Source Filmmaker.
That's very fair.
Especially with my occupation. With my occupation being third shift, and it's a constant. Yes, it pays for a lot of this equipment, and I am so thankful for it. It's definitely built up since it's nearly been a year since our first recordings.
That's still insane to think about.
I've been thinking about it quite often, but it's like all of this. And yes, there's still a lot I've been learning as of recently actually fixing the audio quality thanks to getting some speakers for my PC. That was always an issue. Audio engineering, just like the audio balance.
Audio's always going to be an issue. I don't know what you're talking about.
But making sure right things are loud enough versus... I just always used headphones. Yes, call me out for this. I always used headphones while I was editing because I didn't want it to be a nuisance, but it's actually smarter to use your computer's volume and play it out with speakers, so then you understand how loud something is through that specifically and then balance it from there.
Boy!
Once again...
We did explain that already.
But I'm gonna be honest on it as well. I am very lazy sometimes. Because of being on third shift, sometimes I just am like, oh, I'm sleeping so good. Why is it already 7 p.m.?
I don't know how to make videos in the slightest.
I think I'm pretty well. That is up for you to debate on, because I am all good for any type of critiquing. I'd rather there be negative comments and saying ways to fix it rather than absolutely nothing. If I'm going to be honest.
You suck.
You see, at least with that critique, I can go somewhere with it. Would I be a little hurt? Maybe. Would I be able to be more enthused that someone actually said something in it?
I can't make up anything worse.
Look,
than
we
you
get more
suck.
comments in our shorts than our actual videos. I don't think we've ever really gotten comments on our videos except for VeggieTales. I'm kind of starting to experiment with only like 20, at the most 20-minute videos, based off the idea that people are more into watching things that are shorter that they can easily watch in a smaller time period. And then, if you think about it, making so many of those,
That wasn't my answer, by the way.
what are the chances that they'll binge watch the entire thing? It's like, well, this is enjoyable, and then it's like their day goes on by. Because I can understand, like, thankfully our demographic isn't still in school. Most of our demographic is from mostly college to like 30-40.
Makes sense.
But we do have a small percentage that's larger than anything above that. It's like half compared to our biggest chunk being the other. So that's why I'm still considering on like upload times. Like I've been looking at the busiest that people would get on YouTube and do that kind of thing. Research of my own to experiment on what helps. I'll take the critique. I'll take the criticism. The thing is, I want this to be spread out in a way that is safe. Do not harass people. But also in a way to spread the word and gather a community and also do better. Make better things in a way that I find enjoyable. Most of the shorts are basically like comic based off your art, but in the beginning we did not have an actual shorts idea. It was just random clips we like recorded because we know people tend to find us somehow more on our shorts.
You told me no to a lot of the shorts I wanted to upload
I
because they didn't match.
I refuse to having
No.
Kimiko
no.
Fortnite dances.
So tell us, what is the origin of Captain Crimson? Because that has been featured in some thumbnails.
Okay. First, do we? Since technically mine doesn't exist without your counterpart existing first.
Really?
I didn't really think of mine to really be this type of character until I like thought of like this kind of like not persona, but like characterization of my things I enjoy.
Wow.
So, do you want to explain Lyra first, or do we just want to go straight into me talking about my thing?
I've explained this to a lot of people, but I can quickly go over it.
Yeah, because this will help elaborate a bit on mine. Not to the same degree, of course, but
Before I had Lyra as what is my basically online face, I was using the character Chica87, which was already a character I was using in an existing story, but people began to associate me to Chica. So I kind of used them as both me.
not Five Nights at Freddy's.
Right. Chika. That's spelling of Chica.
Right, but with 87, you're not helping your case. There are some
It
old
was-
channels called Chica 87 back in 2011 of August. Am I wrong? Go on.
But eventually, I made so much art and ended up with a lot of collab work that it got confusing. Alright, what is supposed to be Chica, and then what is supposed to be me? And so, actually, we're approaching a year ago. Lyra has almost existed for a full year.
Yeah, it was around Halloween that you made the first picture of it.
October 17th. There was so much problem telling which was supposed to be which that I said, screw it. I guess I'll finally draw something that isn't Chica. And yeah, I went on autopilot. I turned my brain off and just drew what is supposed to be me without Chica. I didn't go into my own thought because my subconscious actually went full on into that.
And for the most part, whenever you make your art, you typically have some type of concept at the ready.
I do?
Well, no, maybe not necessarily at the ready, but it's like something that you have. When I say concept, I mean like you know exactly what you are trying to get out of it. You don't necessarily know the scene. You typically have an actual sense of view that you want to get out of it.
Yeah,
but this is a case that would be different. This was a new case for you.
Yeah, no. A lot of what went into that design, it shocked me at first. I actually really hated it until, you know, like the person I am, I started looking into the design that I had drawn because I had no idea what this was supposed to be.
As of recently, when it came to any videos that I'd make myself, I would now start to make my own thumbnails. And
he wanted to experiment.
Yeah, so I bought a green screen. That was the thing. I bought the green screen and took pictures, and I thought some of them looked nice. But now I'm just making more simplistic using the same editing software with my thumbnails. Now, that's the thing. DaVinci Resolve is such a good editing software that I've been using it to make my thumbnails as well. Take advice, Markiplier. Use your own editing software. No,
Don't call him out like that.
He's been recommending the software so much that I agreed. And guess what? He keeps talking about trying to find a good thumbnail making software because he's tired of Photoshop.
Yeah.
I've been using the same software.
He has been
I've been using DaVinci for my thumbnails, and I think they look fine.
Scratchy.
Are you overworking the artist for your channel?
No, in fact, I think I'm underworking him. To be honest. No, okay. There was a time I was actually having a full set schedule that we were going to do things like streams and whatnot, try to get videos on a certain upload date. There was a time that it was probably going to be way too much. Then I was fully committed.
There is still a backlog.
You know I was fully committed on doing that, but the thing I was actually scared of was hurting you in the process.
There's still a backlog of things I need to draw. Even as it is, I need to draw 2 thumbnails. There is a planned comic. I myself was wanting to work on about like 2 animatics that I wanted to upload as shorts. It's like 5 projects in of itself.
We equally push things off though,
Yeah.
so it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
I just give some of the ideas. A lot of the stuff that comes out is because I gave you the idea. The sandwich soul was a conversation we had in the kitchen.
He was not expecting me to make an actual thing out of that.
It was a joke that I got home from work and was just like talk about our stream for chapter 4. It was talking about the sandwich platter, the snack platter, whatever. It was like it was just like because the soul was you were the soul for a moment. It was just like
the soul stole the sandwich.
And then following up that, the joke of like, what do you think of Lancer?
Phenomenal video.
That we need to follow up. I told you what.
I'm annoyingly cool.
Okay, yeah, Project 6 that's on the backlog.
Don't worry, I have like 2-ish videos of FNAF that I have not touched. Easily can make more skate videos. And we probably have a Rivals recording later today.
Honestly, I kind of hate that it takes me the same amount of time to draw something, just one picture, it takes for you to edit a video. It feels like you're doing a lot more work in that same equivalent, despite the fact we're both taking an equal amount of time on that.
You also tend not to really care to do actual recordings. I'm the one who tries to make sure that everything goes a certain direction and hits a certain mark. And that's primarily being as it's a whole lot scarier when you're the one making the footage. When you're an editor and you're just given footage and it's not something you can really, it's nothing that you can really control of, like how the original footage comes out. That's one thing. But when it comes to you're making the footage and then touching it later, there's such a weird sense of fear to open it, in my case. The skate videos is the only exception at the moment.
The only time I ever had thoughts like that was on my old channel when I was just uploading VODs straight from Twitch, which I am doing now with Silk Song.
His Twitch is still the same. Yeah. That it's from the said other channel, so if you're coming from there and see this from other channels.
Hi, I'm here now.
I nabbed him. I really did.
No, but here's the thing. It's perfectly in sync that the uploads that stop on the original channel immediately begin on this one. There's like just
the persona, like clip saying I'll make a thumbnail later.
The fact that that's still up. This was a temporary thumbnail. It's still up there.
This is a temporary thumbnail.
Because-
Next video, Rivals, with such a kick-ass thumbnail of Susie and Goku. I'm also going to try to do more art myself at some point. I told you about that. I'm thinking about
I
getting.
gave you the paper and pencil.
Gonna be trying to do art. I'm better at doing art physically. Like here's a cartoon scene that I drew of Bill Cipher when he does the small favor. So I do better on physical art.
I suck at physical art.
But what I want to try to do is actually draw it physically as like concepts and whatnot, take a picture of it, and then put the picture on Microsoft Paint, and then just trace it. Eventually, I'm thinking about maybe getting a drawing pad, but I want to make sure I'm actually into art to that degree where it'd actually be worth the investment.
Even though they have not been here that much, I do consider Jake and Dominic part of the channel.
That's fine, that's fair, and I'd like to do things with them as well. In fact, I've been trying my damnedest at the one time to get Dominic to make music so then we can not get copyrighted.
We've been wanting you for both music and dubs, Dominic.
Yeah,
and
the Wheatley dubs.
The Wheatley dubs.
The Wheatley dubs. We were playing Rivals or Smash Brothers up in here.
Dominic, you have art that could also be turned into comics. I know.
I can easily do that.
Sure.
I can easily do that.
A few moments later.
And with that, we'll end it here with cat allegations. If you enjoyed this video,
I'm not a cat.
If you enjoyed this video, please watch some of our other ones.
Except Dominic.
Just kidding. Don't share it to Dominic.
What?
Well, don't share it to him. Harass him.
Yeah, harass him.
Don't share it. I just want more comments onto critiquing the videos. It's like, oh, I liked this part. This part could have been better. Haha, that was funny. Shut the fuck up. Just things like that. I don't mind. Just, it'd be nice to actually get feedback. But if you enjoyed this, please leave a like on the video. If you'd like to see more and enjoy what you see from other videos, why not consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so then you don't miss any of our other videos. I am glad to have you here in general. Like this is such a great channel idea, and I feel bad for feeling like I'm taking the reins of it.
I can't emphasize this more than I already have. You're the planner. I just kind of exist.
I'm the unintentional face of it. And I have a shit face. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.